If you've ever said, I just need more clients, yet somehow ended up more stressed, more overwhelmed, and more broke than before, there is a reason. You're trying to scale through volume when you should be scaling through value and landing clients like this residential one worth over $40,000 a year and this commercial one worth $5,000 a month, which I'll tell you more about in a minute. But it's not your fault. Everyone talks about chasing volume, so it seems like the right thing to do, but it's not. There is a better way. So what I'm about to teach you will save you years of frustration and make you a whole lot of money, getting you the freedom you're after way faster. And after building 2 highly profitable cleaning businesses in 2 different markets and generating multiple 7 figures in this industry, I promise you it will work for you too if you apply it. Let's get to work. To start, here is a very simple truth. Your cleaning business will feel overwhelming when every week starts at zero. Zero guaranteed income, zero predictability, zero breathing room. But there is a way to make every week feel exciting instead. And that's building your business based off of recurring revenue. Recurring revenue just means clients who come back again and again, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. Same job, same schedule, same expectations, same payment flow. Then, instead of starting every week at zero, you start every week with a solid foundation. And that frees up your time and energy to just keep adding to it, week after week. And it also creates a way better work environment for your cleaners, since they know what to expect. Think about it like a gym membership. People sign up and typically stay signed up for a long time. And when people do cancel, the gym has new people coming in the door to take their place. Sure, it takes some work to build up the initial client base, but once you do that in your cleaning business, the level of peace you will have is incredible. Here's a quick example. If your business does a one-time deep clean for $500, that sounds great on paper. If you do the job yourself, you make $500. Or if you have cleaners do the job, then after paying them, maybe you make around $250. But once it's done, it's over. You're back to selling again tomorrow. Instead, say you put in the work to land a $200 bi-weekly residential client. Over the course of the year, that client is worth around $5,000. If they stay for 5 years, which is very common, then they're worth around $25,000. That client is now 50 times more valuable to your business than the one-time client at $500. And this leads us to the topic of lifetime value. LTV is just the total amount a client pays you over the entire time they stay with you. Not one job, not one invoice, the whole relationship. And this is where most people completely underestimate the cleaning industry. I tell people all the time that I've had residential clients with lifetime values of $250,000 in my cleaning business, and commercial clients with LTVs of over $500,000. And people who know nothing about the cleaning industry struggle to believe that. But here's what makes it possible. Once you land a high LTV client, they have no reason to stop using you. And these clients aren't just looking for business owners like me with tons of experience. I help my students land them too. Like Erica, landing this residential client worth over $40,000 a year. If they stay for 5 years, that's a $200,000 LTV. Or Shauna, who re-signed a $5,000 per month commercial contract. Again, $5,000 per month. That's $60,000 a year. And after 5 years, their LTV will be $300,000. And think about the possible LTVs other businesses have. Here are 2 quick examples. If you ate at Chipotle every week for the next 10 years and spent about $15 each time, your LTV would be just $7,800. Or think about your cell phone bill. If you spend $100 a month and stay with your provider for 5 years, your LTV would be just $6,000. And yes, these businesses have tons of customers and therefore tons of volume, but they also have tons of operational expenses, overhead, and complexity. But in the cleaning industry, your overhead is basically nothing when compared to the lifetime values. And when you see these numbers and understand what's possible, that should change your entire approach to this industry. How you market, how you sell, how you communicate, how you price, how you onboard, how you handle mistakes. And instead of treating clients like one-time transactions, start treating them like long-term assets, because the good ones are. So how do you find the good ones? The key is going after value-driven clients. If you don't know, value-driven clients are people who value their time more than their money. And what's one of the best ways for them to save time? It's by hiring a reliable cleaning provider. So think dual income households or wealthy homeowners in residential cleaning, or busy business owners and office managers in commercial cleaning, or property managers that oversee hundreds of vacation rental listings, or contractors who are in constant need of post-construction cleaning. And if you're thinking, this all sounds great, but my market already has tons of cleaning businesses, that may be true, but there are not tons of good cleaning businesses. So it doesn't take much to stand out. And you landing these value-driven clients has nothing to do with your experience. It has to do with your professionalism and your reliability. Value-driven clients hire us because we make their life or job easier, because we answer the phone and show up and communicate and simply do what we say we'll do. And that's literally all it takes to make tons of money in this industry. So how do you actually implement all of this? Stop thinking a full calendar equals a healthy business, when what you really want is a predictable calendar. It can be full, but it should be full of value-driven, high LTV recurring clients. And yes, sometimes you may take some one-time jobs if they're profitable. But when one-time jobs become the foundation, the business becomes unstable. You're constantly selling, constantly replacing clients, constantly stressed. And that's not scaling, that's survival mode. So the first thing to do instead of chasing scale is to build around recurring revenue first. Weekly and bi-weekly residential, regular commercial accounts, anything that repeats. These clients smooth out your cash flow and make hiring and scaling much easier. And when you know money is coming in next month, you can stop panicking and start planning. And let's make this real. If you have just 50 bi-weekly residential clients paying $200 per cleaning, that's $20,000 a month in predictable revenue. Or in commercial cleaning, if you have just 4 buildings that are $5,000 a month each, again, you end up with $20,000 in recurring revenue, all before you add a single one-time job. And that gives you the power to scale the right way. Because then you can hire great people, pay them well, and keep on building. So remember, scaling should make your life easier, not harder. If growth adds stress, something is wrong. And most of the time, it's because the business is built on unstable revenue. But when recurring revenue is strong, adding clients isn't just manageable, it's fun. We want calm growth, not chaos. And that's what leads to more freedom. And isn't that why we start businesses in the first place? So let's pull this together. Scaling breaks cleaning businesses when owners chase volume instead of value. Instead, remember these principles. Recurring revenue leads to stability. Lifetime value leads to clarity. And value-driven clients lead us to peace. You don't need to be bigger, you need to be strategic. And the right strategy is how you build a business that actually supports your life instead of consuming it. If you want my personal help building a cleaning business like that, then click the link below to work with me directly. We'll build exactly what you want together. And remember, more profit equals more freedom.